Now, you know some dogs have long tails, while others have such small ones. But I'm one dog with many tails, long and short and tall ones. I live inside this picket fence, and I will never fail to have for you each time we meet another favorite tale. T-H-E-T-A-L-E-S-O-F. These tales are old and new. P-O-I-N-D-E-X-T-E-R. I'll tell one now to you.
The Tales of Poindexter are produced for the Educational Television and Radio Center. And now, here's Poindexter.
You know, it's nice to be clever, but cleverness isn't always what it seems to be. You'll see what I mean in our story of Clever Elsie.
Elsie, dear, what are you doing?
I'm sweeping the floor.
But, dear, you have the broom upside down.
I do. This is the way I always sweep.
How can you hope to get the floor clean?
Is that important?
Why, yes. Haven't I always told you to sweep carefully and get the corners clean and never sweep the dirt under the rugs?
But, Mother, you always say that the brooms wear out so fast.
That's true. We are having to buy new brooms.
Well, that's why I'm sweeping this way. If I sweep with the handle, the broom won't wear out, and then you'll never have to buy a new broom.
Elsie, my dear, how clever you are. Go right along with your sweeping.
La-da-da-dum, to sweep the floor, sweep the floor, sweep the floor, la-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Husband, would you come here, please?
What is it you want, wife?
This board in the floor is loose. Would you please nail it down, dear?
Oh, it certainly does need fixing. Elsie, would you bring me the hammer and nail, please?
Yes, Father.
I'm afraid if we don't fix this board, someone will trip and fall.
Here you are, Father.
Well, thank you, Elsie. The nail and... Where's the hammer?
Here's a pillow.
A pillow? How can I drive a nail with a pillow?
Hammers make so much noise. Mother always says hammering gives her a headache. And if you drive the nail with a pillow, it won't make a sound.
That's true. Elsie, how clever of you to figure that out.
I try to be helpful and thoughtful and pretty.
And you are, my dear girl, you are. Wife, our daughter Elsie's old enough to be married.
That she is, husband.
But will we ever get her married? That's the question.
Oh, of course we will. If only someone would come who would have her.
Elsie, my dear.
Yes, Father.
You're a good girl, Elsie, and it's our greatest wish that you make a good marriage.
It's my greatest wish, too.
So you work hard and learn to be very clever, and I'm sure some fine man will want you for his wife.
I hope so, Father.
Now run along and busy yourself, child. Wife, what can Elsie do?
She might try her hand at baking a chocolate cake. A chocolate cake is sure one way to please a man.
I'll do my best, Mother. Oh, this is the way I bake a cake, bake a cake, bake a cake. Da-da-da-da.
She's a good girl. Is that someone at the door?
Oh, I'll go see. Oh, do-do-do-do-do. Oh, good day.
Good day. My name is Hans, and I understand you have a daughter named Elsie.
That I do, and a fine girl she is, too.
I may as well come to the point, sir. I am looking for a wife.
Oh, come in, Hans. Come right in. Come in. Wife, this is Hans. He's looking for a wife.
Ooh, how happy we are to make your acquaintance.
Sit down, young man. Sit down.
By all means, make yourself at home.
Well, thank you. Now, about your daughter.
Fine girl, Elsie.
A fine, healthy girl.
Well, I require more than that in a wife.
Oh?
My wife must not only be a fine, healthy girl, but she must be smart as well.
Smart?
What, our daughter is so smart, we call her Clever Elsie.
Oh, do you indeed?
We certainly do. She has plenty of good sense in her head.
Why, she can see the wind coming up the street and hear the flies coughing.
Well, she sounds very clever indeed.
Oh, our clever Elsie is clever.
Well, if she is not really smart, I won't have her.
Well, you must stay for dinner, Hans.
Yes, clever Elsie's a fine cook.
What's that?
It sounded like Elsie.
Well, I'm afraid it did sound like Elsie.
What's that terrible smell and that smoke?
I was baking a chocolate cake, and I let it burn.
You burned a chocolate cake? I thought you said she was clever.
Oh, she is.
Clever cooks don't waste food by letting it burn.
Elsie, my dear, how did this happen?
I wanted to make a chocolate cake, but I couldn't find any chocolate. I thought if I'd let the cake get real brown in the oven, it would look chocolate and nobody would know the difference. But it got too brown.
Now, you just listen to that. That proves how clever she is. Where else would you find as clever a cook as Elsie?
She is truly a treasure.
Well, she does seem to be somewhat clever.
Elsie, dear, we're ready for dinner. Will you run down to the cellar and fetch some cider?
What shall I fetch it in? My apron won't hold it.
See what a clever girl she is?
Elsie, take the pitcher over there and fill it to the top with the cider from the large barrel in the cellar.
Yes, Mother. Cider, 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 cider. Oh, there's the barrel. But the spigot's near the floor. I know. I'll get a chair and sit on it, and I won't have to bend over or stoop and hurt my back. Now, I'll turn on the tap. So, and while the pitcher is filling, I'll sit on the floor and look around. I mustn't let my eyes be idle, for that's not the clever thing to do. La 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 la. Oh, what's that stuck in the beam over my head? It seems to be a pickaxe. Oh dear, the stonemasons must have accidentally left it there when they built this house. How clever of me to discover it. Oh, but what if I were to marry and someday have a little boy of my own? And when the little boy grows big and we send him to the cellar to fetch a pitcher of cider, then the pickaxe will fall on his head and kill him.
Wife, the dinner's growing cold. Where is our clever Elsie?
She's in the cellar drawing the cider.
What's that?
It's our Elsie. Oh, good heavens, what can be wrong?
Wife, you'd better go see what happened.
Yes, husband. Elsie? Elsie, child. Elsie, why are you crying?
Oh, Mother, suppose I should marry and have a little
Elsie you are to think of such a thing. So clever.
Sir, I hate to say anything, but why hasn't your wife returned from the cellar?
Well, I can't understand it, Hans. Perhaps I'd better take a look in the cellar myself.
I think that would be the thing to do.
Now, don't go away. You stay right here, and I'll be right back. Wife? Elsie, what's this? You're both sitting there weeping. What's wrong?
There's good reason to weep. You tell him, Elsie. Well, suppose I should marry and have a little boy, and when he grows big, and we send him to the cellar to fetch a pitcher of cider, that pickaxe will fall on his head and kill him.
Oh, how clever you are, Elsie. How very clever you are.
Oh, what could have happened in the cellar? There are 3 of them in the cellar now. Oh, the dinner grows cold, and I do not yet know if Elsie is really clever enough to run my household. Perhaps I should go down to the cellar and see what has happened. Yes, I will. What's this? The 3 of you sit there and weep. Why?
Oh, Hans, there's good reason to weep.
Tell him, clever Elsie. Suppose I should marry and have a little boy, and when he grows big and we send him to the cellar to fetch a pitcher of cider, that pickaxe will fall on his head and kill him.
Why, you are clever, Elsie.
We told you she was clever.
Now do you not agree with us, Hans, that our Elsie is clever?
Well, one who can think of such a thing has as much understanding as is needed for my household. You are such a clever Elsie, I will have you for my wife.
Oh, but what about that pickaxe hanging over my head?
Well, that's easily remedied. We'll tear down this house and build a new one without a pickaxe stuck in the beam.
Oh, husband, did you hear that?
Oh, yes, my dear. Our clever Elsie has found herself a clever husband. That pick in the basement never did hurt anyone, but it could have. It's always good to remember to put tools and toys in their proper places. Till next time, this is Poindexter saying so long.
The Tales of Poindexter are produced for the Educational Television and Radio Center by WKNO-TV in cooperation with the Junior League of Memphis and are created and portrayed by Tom Titchener. Assistant puppeteers are Diane Parrish, Emma Wade, Al Gresham, and Al Wood. Video engineer is Bill Orr, and the program is produced and directed by Howard Holst.
P-A-G-T-A-L-E-S-O-S. Next time that we meet you, P-O-I-N-D-E-X-T-E-R, I'll be right here to greet you.
This is National Educational Television.